We continue exercise 6.2 of lines and angles. We discuss question number 3rd. We have given that AB is parallel to CD. Question number 3. AB is parallel to CD and EF is perpendicular to CD. AB is parallel to CD and EF is perpendicular to CD. EF is perpendicular to CD. There are two parallel lines, AB and CD. There are two parallel lines, AB and CD, and EF is perpendicular to CD. EF is perpendicular to CD. EF is perpendicular to CD and AB is parallel to CD, and angle GED is 126 degree. Angle GED this is point G, and we have given the whole angle. Angle GED is 126 degree. Angle GED is equals to 126 degree. Find angle AGE. Find angle AGE. Angle GEF. We have to calculate angle AGE. Find angle AGE. Second, angle GEF. Second, angle GEF. Angle GEF. And then we have to calculate angle FGE. Angle FGE. Third, we have to calculate angle FGE. FGE means this angle we have to calculate. AGE means this angle we have to calculate, and GEF means this angle we have to find. GEF. And AB is parallel to CD. This whole angle is 126. So angle GED is 126 and this angle is 90 degree because EF is perpendicular to CD. So we calculate angle GEF. Firstly, we calculate angle GEF. So angle GEF is written as angle GED angle GEF. Angle GEF is written as angle GED minus angle FED. Minus angle FED. So angle GED is 126 degree and angle FED is 90 degree. So we get 36 degree. Angle GEF comes to be 36 degree. So we have calculated the second part, angle GEF. Now we find angle AEC. We calculate angle GEC. Angle GEC. So if this whole angle is 90 degree, then this complete angle is also 90 degree. So firstly we calculate angle GEC, and GEC can be written as FEC, angle FEC minus angle FEG. FEC minus FEG, we get angle GEC minus angle FEG, and we have calculated, we have FEC is 90 degree and FEG or GEF same thing. So FEG is 36 degree. So we get the value of angle GEC, 90 minus 36, 54 degree. Means this angle comes to be 54 degree. This angle is 54 degree. If this angle is 54 degree, then this angle will also be 54 degree, because CD and AB are two parallel lines and GE is transversal, so alternate angles are equal. So angle FGE, angle FG, we have to calculate angle FGE. So angle FGE is equals to FGE is equals to CEG or GEC. GEC. So equals to angle GEC, and which is 54 degree. So we get the value of FGE. Angle FGE is 54 degree. So third part we have calculated. Now we have to find angle AGE. So again, these are two parallel lines and this is transversal. So this angle must be equal to this angle. They are alternate angle. And since GEP is 126 degree, so angle AGE also 126 degree. Also it would be 126 degree. So angle AGE is equals to angle GEB. Angle GEB. And angle GEB is 126 degree. Therefore, angle AGE is also 126 degree. Angle AGE equals to 126 degree. By alternate angle. We use the concept of alternate angle. So angle AGE equals to 126 degree. Angle, the second part was angle GEF, and angle GEF we have calculated 36 degree. And the third part, angle FGE. So angle FGE is equals to 50/40. So these are the three angles. Let us see next question. Question number 4. This fourth question is important question. In question number 4, we have given the diagram PQR. PQR PQR S and T. S PQR ST. We have given the diagram. PQR S and T. So PQ is parallel to ST. It is given that PQ is parallel to ST. Angle PQR is 110 degree. 110 degree. Angle PQR is 110 degree. And angle RST is 130 degree. This is 130 degree. Angle RST is equals to 130 degree. Then find angle QRS. Find angle QRS. This angle we have to calculate. We have to calculate angle QRS. So to solve this question, we will do a construction and we produce PQ to intersect RS at P. Introduce PQ which intersect RS at P. So we will have to do the construction. Produce PQ. To meet RS at P. We produce PQ to meet RS at P so that PT is parallel to ST. If PQ is parallel to ST and when we produce PQ to T, then PT will also be parallel to ST. So that PT is parallel to ST. So produce PQ to T such that PT is parallel to ST. Now angle STQ, angle STQ is equals to RST. Angle STQ is equals to R. If this angle, this line PT is parallel to ST and this is the transversal, then if this angle is 130 degree, then this angle will also be 130 degree, alternate angle. So angle PTS is also 130 degree. Angle PTS is 130 degree. Angle PTS equals to angle PTS is equals to, this is T, so name it Q, and produce PQ is already, name it M. So produce PQ to meet RS at M, so that PM is parallel to ST. Now angle MST equals to angle SMQ. Angle MST is equals to angle SMQ equals to 130 degree. And we have to calculate angle QRS. We have to find angle QRS. So if this is 110 degree, then this is a straight line, and from linear pair, this angle will be 70 degree. So we write that angle PQR plus angle MQR plus angle MQR equals to 180 degree by linear pair. And angle PQR is 110 degree. Then we calculate angle MQR plus angle MQR equals to 180 degree, and we get the value of angle MQR equals to 180 minus 110 means 70 degree. So this angle we have calculated 70 degree. And again from linear pair, these are the two opposite range. If this angle is 130 degree, then this angle will be 50 degree, because angle SMQ plus angle RMQ plus angle RMQ, this is also 180 degree by linear pair. And angle SMQ is 130 degree. So 130 plus angle RMQ equals to 180 degree, and we calculate the value of angle RMQ, 180 minus 130, and that is 50 degree. And if this is 70 degree and this is 50 degree, then this angle will be 70 plus 50, 120, and this angle will be 60 degree. Because the sum of three angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So we get the result 70 plus 50, 120 and plus 60, 180 degree. So angle angle QRS equals to 60 degree. Because in a triangle the sum of three angles is 180 degree. These two angles, the sum of these two angles is 120 degree. Then this angle will be 60 degree. Because 180 minus 120, we get 60 degree. So the result is QRS equals to 60 degree. Now the next question, and that is question number 5. In question number 5, the diagram is given. Question number 5. AB is parallel to CD. 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 And this is PQR. Point P. This is Q and this is R. Triangle PQR, in which angle APQ equals to 50 degree. Angle APQ is 50 degree. This angle APQ is given 50 degree. And angle PRD is 127 degree. Angle PRD 127 degree. Equals to 127 degree. Then find angle X and angle Y. This is angle X and this is angle Y. So we have to find angle X and angle Y. We have to calculate angle X and angle Y. So since AB is parallel to CD and PQ is the transversal, since AB is parallel to CD and PQ is the transversal, PQ is the transversal, so alternate interior angles be equal. So angle X equals to 50 degree. Alternate interior angle. Alternate interior angle. Angle X equals to 50 degree. Now again AB is parallel to CD. AB is parallel to CD and PR is the transversal. AB is parallel to CD and PR is the transversal. PR is the transversal. So angle 50 plus Y must be equals to 127 degree. Alternate interior angles. 50 plus Y equals to 50 plus Y equals to 120 70 alternate angles. And we calculate the value of y. 127 minus 50, and that is 77 degree. So the value of y is 77 degree and the value of x is 50 degree. Then question number 6. We are given PQ and RS are two mirrors. PQ and RS. There are two mirrors, PQ and RS. We have given two mirrors, PQ and RS, placed parallel to each other. They are parallel to each other. An incident ray AB strikes the mirror PQ at B. Incident ray AB strikes the mirror at point B. Incident ray AB strikes the mirror at point B. Incident ray B strikes the mirror PQ at B. The reflected ray moving along the path BC. The reflected ray moving along the path BC. This is line BC. Along BC and strikes the mirror RS at C. Strike the mirror RS at C and again reflects back along CD. Again it reflects back along the direction CD. So this is incident ray, this is reflected ray, and again it moves along the direction of CD. So prove that AB is parallel to CD. We have to prove that line AB is parallel to CD. Question number 6. To prove AB is parallel to CD. The question is, there are two mirrors, parallel mirrors, PQ and RS. An incident ray strike the mirror PQ at B, then it goes along the path BC, reflected ray, then again it reflected along the path CD. So we have to prove that AB is parallel to CD. So in this question, there is required of construction. There is required construction. We draw a bisector of angle B and angle C, and which must be parallel to each other, because this angle is equals to this angle, this whole angle is equals to this whole angle. So its bisector must be parallel to each other. Name this angle as 1, 2 and 3 and 4. Since the bisector of, and name it CE and BF. These are the bisectors. So PE and CF intersect 1, 2 and 3, 4. So angle 3 is equals to angle 2. This is the bisector and this whole angle. Angle of incident equals to angle of reflection. So this angle 3 also equals to angle 2. Angle 3 is equals to angle 2. First number equation. But angle 3 equals to 4. But angle 3 is also equals to 4 and 2 is also equals to 1, because these are the bisectors. But angle 3 is equals to 4 and angle 2 is equals to 1. Angle 3 is equals to 4, angle 2 is equals to 1 because angle of incidence equals to angle of reflection. Because angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflection. 3 equals to 4 and angle 2 equals to 1. So from here we conclude that 3 is equals to 2. So 4 is also equals to 2 because angle 3 equals to angle 4 and angle 2 is equals to angle 1. So angle 4 is also equals to angle 1. From here we get angle 4 is also equals to angle 1. This is the second number equation. Now adding first and second. Adding first and second. We get angle 3 plus angle 4 is equals to angle 2 plus angle 4, and angle 3 plus angle 4 is written as angle ABC, and angle 2 plus angle 1 is written as angle BCD. But these are two alternate angles. These are two alternate angles. These are alternate angles. Angle ABC and angle BCD. This angle and this angle. They are alternate angles. And if alternate angles are equal, then we conclude that line AB is parallel to line CD. Line AB is parallel to line CD.